I hear the fish are coming, shoaling round the bend. I'm just gonna catch 'em, I don't know when, but I know I gotta get 'em, and then I'll set them free. 'Cause my name is Mr. Bassman, and Bassman Bounty is me.
So here we are, just arrived. Tide's coming in, but you can see there, look, it's really reefy there, look. There's Brett in his gimp suit, nice and dry. And his reed, what is it, chill? Hang on, I'm not giving them any free adverts, mate. unless you want to send the Bassman, what is it, reed? I'm only saying it unless you send me one, reed chill cheater, there you go. Yeah, I'll have one, yeah, I'll promote that for you. No worries. So yeah, obviously we can't fish here because there's no water, so we're just going to go in the middle of the beach.
Bruce Forsyth.
Play cards right. Welcome along, fishing friends. Here we are on the beach. Say hello, wingman.
Hello, guys.
Nice to be out with Brett again on the beach. How am I looking, mate? Cool?
Yeah.
Right, I need to look intelligent.
Intelligent.
1 second. 1 second. Bit of an audience of it. How's that? Better?
That's better, mate.
Do I look intelligent?
IQ's gone up.
Yeah? What, at least 20%? Yeah, so here we are. We're out on the beach today, a local beach, and it's pretty tasty weather, but not as tasty as we'd really like it to be, for it to be really good. But you know, we've got a good chance of a Huss tonight. It's very reefy all around this area, around Thurleston Reefs. There's loads of beaches around here you can fish. We're just on here tonight in the middle. It's quite low tide tonight. Brett can just spin around and have a look over there. Look. So there, look, you see the reef still out. So we can't really fish over there. Yes, so here we are. So I've got the two MX1s out, the Tronics rods tonight, which I really love. They're my go-to bass rods now. I've landed some good fish on them. They're really strong. They're 13 foot, which isn't ideal for a bass rod. 11'6" has always been my best sort of, best size rod. But I really love them. They're good for the gilt heads, anything strong, Huss, bass. They can winch in anything, man. And you can also put a fixed ball, multiplier, whatever you want on them. As you can see, I've got some big fixed ball reels on there, big 8000s. I've got the Black Rock Bull frog and the Rubicon on there. So sorry about flappage. Sort your flaps out, Brett. So Brett's got his tent up here, by the way. So I've got my beach buddy here tonight, and Brett. And yes, so it's a two-pronged attack tonight. So on one rod, I'm going to be hoping for either a nice big bass or a Huss. And on the other rod, we've got some really smelly, defrosted, stinking razor clams. They were fresh at one point, but they're really ripe. And we were up here a couple of weeks ago, and I swear I had gilt head bites. Not here, but I wasn't a million miles away from here, and I swear I had gilt head bites and missed a few gilt heads. So there's Cooch's bream out there, there's gilt heads. In September, you get a little run of red mullet up here. And then obviously the bass, loads of bull Huss, you get big bull Huss, you get double figure Huss up all around these reefs, not just this beach, all around the area. And it's a really good venue. But don't come up here when it's really, really rough and windy, because you'll regret it. It is just full of weed off these reefs, and you can literally cast in, and we've been in trouble here, holding on to two big rods, and we were both pinned by the weed.
Both beaten up, weren't we?
We were beaten up royally, man, and I mean royally. And we were made to look stupid by this beach that night, and we basically had to walk away because that was it. It was like £20 of weed you were dragging in. Anyway, I digress. Back to the session. Right, so we're on this beach. We are going to catch some species tonight, and the first bait I've got. Hang on, I've got had all this prepared. It's gone a bit messy now. So I'm using a running ledger. All back to front now, isn't it? Of course. Right, so running ledger there, look. So a really easy rig. So it's a running ledger there. I've got just a little sexy SS stainless there. That's a little Tronics one. That's rated to like £300. That little thing there is ridiculous, but I had a few of them kicking about. So yeah, the main line I've got on there, I believe it's £25 ASO Super Fluoro. You know, other fluoros are available. I use the Tronic stuff, I use the Fladden stuff. You know, fluoro's pretty much fluoro, but this stuff is supposed to be as soft as mono, but nothing's as soft as mono. You know, fluoro's fluoro, it is stiff, but it's quite good because it's very abrasion resistant. So that's my little, that's my rig. So it's quite a long little trace. And all I've done there, look, I've got a baiting needle which Brett made me a couple of years ago. The only criticism, it wasn't green tape, it was yellow, but it's good effort, I like it. So all I've done, look, obviously I'm not going to do that because I'm going to have all dirty hands. So these razors here, look, all I've done is I've shelled the razor, so you've got a big long razor there. Woo! Yes, they stink.
Right.
Yeah, I've basically shelled it and I've stuffed it on the end of there, I've folded it over, so like that, you know, as it looks, and I've just bound it on there, taken it off. Then I've just got my little mini manta in and out, and I've got a little rear gunner there, a little stinger hook in the back, and I've got the nice fluoro beads. So that's a little Icema hook in the back, tickety boo. So that's one bait. So that's hopefully going to catch a bream species or a bass or whatever, and the bullace will eat that anyway. Okay, so that's one bait, and I've just got a grip weight on that. And on the other, similar setup, but this time I've gone for a slightly bigger weight. Okay, and so this is, I believe, this is probably going to be like 60 pound trace on there, and a nice big swivel on there, look. And I'm using the it's not the Tammers, sorry, wrong company. It's the Seaglow Big Mouth, or whatever they're called. What are they called? Cato Big Mouth?
Cato Big Mouth.
So, yeah, so it's the Big Mouth hooks from Seaglow. They're obviously very, very strong. You can't hardly bend them. And obviously, look, they're really, really sticky. When I say sticky, that's what I mean. They stick in your finger. And on the back there, look, I've got a circle hook. And I did quite well with this the other week. We were up here trying and I had about 7 Huss, and I think the biggest one was probably £3. But nevertheless, I had a couple of them, and I showed you, didn't I?
Yeah.
And one was right deep in the lip.
On the top hook.
Yeah. So the beauty of the circle is you don't have to strike with those. Obviously, the fish will actually take them and actually turn, and as they go away, it obviously locks into the corner of their jaw. So that's sort of like, so that's my stinger hook, if you like. So that's going to be like that, okay, so that's my panel there. So all I'm going to use on this, I've got some really nice large launts, which are over here. So I've got these from Southwest Sea Baits, my mate Matt. Cheers Matt, sort me out. So we've got some really top quality bait there, look, launts, large launts. And all I'm going to do with this is a bit crude, because I'm not looking for delicate baits. I'm not firing out. I'm not pendulum casting. I'm not really clipping down. It's an ugly bait, and they're ugly rigs. What I mean ugly is it's a running ledger, yeah. So there's nothing clipped in. It's just lob out, and that's it. So all I'm going to do with this sucker is, and this is what I mean by ugly fishing. Yeah. So I'm just going to go in and out.
No messing around.
No, sorry, that's slight the wrong place. Fuck's sake. I mean, sorry. Yeah, so there we go. So in and out like that, look. So dead easy. And
As prepared, Mr. Gordon.
you know, these cartridges are all very well and good, but when you actually want to go and use them, and there was string in there last time, thank you mate, it was always there, look, always there on point. Right, yeah, so forget that piece of rubbish. Okay, so here we go. So a nice little ugly bait up there. So this is for a Huss or a big bass. I'm just going to go like that to about there, okay? And then all I'm going to do is, so everything's still attached, everything's still going there, and I'm just going to cut that baby about there, and then just wipe that one there, and I'm just going to lay that on the side of that one. In fact, I'll do it, yeah, that way, so there's nice guts there, look. So I'm still attached with the string there, look, the cotton. So I just bring that together. And this is what I mean by it's a bit of an ugly bait. You beach guys might laugh at this and think, bloody hell, that's not very good, is it? But this is just being lobbed out, okay? And it's going to be dark. And yes, it's got a dirty Great 5.0 hanging out the side of it, yeah?
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
No, and I did really well on this the other week up here, you know, so I know it works. So that's a nice, and I could even go bigger, you know, I could actually now take some more of that, you know, the more razor, I could put a bit of razor on there as well if I really wanted to. But I think I'm going to start off with that, and I might go bigger, I might even go like 3 abreast later on. So yeah, so that's that one, look. So nice and simple fishing, and then well, obviously with this little bad boy, you can actually put it in the meat. But what I found was when I was up the other week, that it worked better like that. So obviously they were coming around, and don't think a fish is always going to take this way round, because it can take whichever way it wants, or in the middle. It just don't work like that. So I'm going to leave that just like that, okay? So when it's dark, nobody's going to see that. They're not going to worry about it. And that is a nice big tasty bait for a bass or a nice big Huss. So yeah, that's the bait up, guys. And in here I've also got some peeler crab, which I might use later on. And that one's dead, isn't he? Yeah, he's dead. So I've got some nice little peelers there. You know, they're still quite hard. Plenty of them there, little buggers, look. Oh yeah, he's nippy, that one, look. Oh yeah, baby, he like that, didn't he, see? And yes, that did actually hurt. So yeah, I might put a bit of crab out later on, and you know, see if there's a gilthead bream out there or whatever. And yeah, that's about it. So we're just gonna, Wingman, what are you gonna use? You're going big baits or?
Yeah, I'm going one more big bait. I'm gonna put I've got a bit of squid, and
right, well, let's get a look at that in a minute then.
Yeah.
So I'll get these rods out, and we'll get you baiting up, and
all right,
see what you're gonna offer up for the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice one. Tight lines.
Bye.
So here we are. We're that's me. I've set up. There's my rods out. They're out there at the moment. So Brett's going to do a nice little demo for us now. So what you got in your box, Brett? Let's have a look.
So open Pandora's box.
Pandora, oh yeah.
Right, so we got a bit of stinking mackerel, some razor fish left, some squid,
Stinky pink.
Yeah, we've got a couple of.
Just before we go on, I'd just like to say a bit about the bait, the fresh bait. So. Fresh bait, you cannot beat fresh bait, okay? Fresh is best. However, in the case of squid, particularly squid, when we defrost it and refreeze it, it tends to go this pink colour, and we call that stinky pink. And that's caught loads of big bass for us over the years on the beaches, over the winter months. And the same with the razor fish. You know, you can get these live, you can get them obviously fresh dead, frozen, but we've been told by numerous people that they're actually better when they're stinking. So we've actually let them go off a bit, haven't we? Made them a bit more ripe. So going on the bait, you know, you cannot beat fresh, the quality of these launch. Look, that is a proper fresh bait. I've got the live crab in there. You cannot beat live crab. So yeah, go on then, Brad. Just so I'd say a bit about the bait.
So here we go. We're going to put some nice frozen razor on. So all I'm going to do, just run the scissor down both sides.
Sorry about the wind, guys, if there's a little bit of wind here. We have got a beach shelter here.
And down that side.
Nice.
Careful of your hands, by the way.
Because they're razors.
And they're razors.
So these shells are quite sharp, hence the name razor fish.
Right.
But the shells are quite soft, aren't they, Brett?
Yeah. You can, if you're using whole shells, you know, you can stand on them. And I think Martin showed that in his previous videos.
Yeah. So basically you could put these on with the shell on and crunch them up a bit. So there's the baiting needle, look.
Flip them over.
So you've doubled that over.
Right.
Really, really easy stuff. Alright, not too fast. I want to see what you're doing there, mate. So pretty standard stuff, guys. Baiting needle, a nice big bait. Slowly bunching it up with the, obviously with the elastic. And I'm just warning you now, Brett, and guys, if my rod goes off in the background, I'm out of here.
Yeah. So what self-respecting bass or gilthead bream wouldn't come and take that, eh?
Well, I would. Especially with a bit of garlic.
Yeah, mate.
That is a nice, sexy bait, and that's quite a big bait. It's a bit big for a bream, but they'll have a go at that, mate. A nice big one.
I will say, if you do think it's too big, you can simply slide it off.
Yeah.
And cut it in half.
Cut it in half. Yeah. Well, there you go. Why don't you do that? I'll use the bigger. You're going for a big bait.
I'm going for a big bait.
Yeah, he's going. Brett's going for a bass bait here, a bass or a Huss. I've actually scaled my hooks down. I'm actually hedging my bets, and because I know that there's bream on this coast at this time of year. They come out to spawn and they cruise around the beaches before they go out.
Putting a little bit more around the hook eye to secure the hook. A couple of times around the hook, keeping proud.
There you go. It's a lot better than what I did. I was in a bit of a hurry. Don't want to squeeze too much juice out of that, mate. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Off he goes.
So they're off.
And then I've got a little
stingeroony. Oh yeah, that surf's building now, mate. Just get a little close up in the background there. Look. Nice.
And what you guys don't see is this line is 60 pound Rovex.
Yeah.
And at the back I've got a little shock absorber, Seago. And then I've got my bead.
All right.
Right, for a bit of attractant.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I've got a 4-ounce leg because I want this to move around a little bit in the surf.
Yeah.
So that's the first one done for me bass.
Yeah.
Gilt.
Ideal, mate. So here we are. Brett's done the first bait up. That's over there. So he's going to show us. What are you going to show us now, Brett?
Oh well, I'm going to show you how I do my squid and Huss. Squid and sandhill.
Squid and sandhill bait.
For a Huss bait.
Yeah.
All right.
So back on the needle.
Back on the needle. Right. So I'll go.
Are you pinching one of my launch, sir?
Yeah, it might be.
Okay.
Well, I'll leave that in a minute. I'll cut that off in a minute.
Right, so this is how you use a baiting needle. Look, so there's 2 needles on there. So obviously he's shoved the launch on one, and he's put the squid on the other. You can't beat a nice wrap. You guys up on the beaches know all about that.
Subway
wrap. Is that a foot long, sir?
Could be.
Is that a 6-incher or a foot long?
It's a 6-incher.
That's a 6-inch sub, isn't it? Right. But as I did say earlier, these are ugly baits. In other words, we're not clipping these down, and they're not being fired out, you know, on big rods. So we are just we're fishing really close in tonight. So there you go. Look, so he's wrapped that on the skewer, if you like, and it's just a case of getting your hook in. So you got a nice semicircle on there, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I'll leave that hook there for a minute.
Yeah.
Just bind that a little bit more, give it a little bit more around the hook, right?
So Brett's just concentrating on the eye of the hook there at the back, so nothing slips. And that's quite a big bait there, obviously, but we're fishing for big fish here. You know, we're not fishing for tiny fish. We're not fishing for dogfish, put it that way.
Right, and for those of you thinking, oh yeah, you should be cutting the head off.
And check out what comes out of that. And this is how you can tell the quality of your eels, look. I mean, that is a really sexy bait.
And look at the back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So out that comes, nicely presented.
Shows the back. Look at that coming out that eel, mate. Yep.
Coming up with another hook.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
All right, let's have a look. Yes, mate. That's really nice. And that's not a small bait, is it?
No.
That's quite a big bait. Look, obviously it's hand-sized bait. So the only thing that's going to eat that is either a big bass or a nice big Huss, or even a ray could come in, couldn't it? Close in, you never know.
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah. Look at that surf, mate. Whoa. So I'm expecting a bite soon. Yeah, you pleased with that?
Yes, mate. Let's get one fired out, shall we?
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, so here we are. This is the Blaze MX1s. You know, beautiful rods. Got the big pit reels on there. I've got some new braid on there. I've just put some new braid on that one today. That's the Blaze MX1, 13 foot. And these are good for up to 5 ounces in bait, yeah. And then there's my little there he is, Mr. Mingo, my bass brother from another mother. Yes, mate. How you doing? You alright?
Oh yes.
Yes, mate. So yeah, we're here comes Wingman.
Destroyer.
Yeah, he's got his gimp suit on, his new gimp suit. Take on, nice gimp suit, Brett.
Lovely gimp suit, Brett. Loving the suit.
That's not what you said just now.
I'm a little gimpy French. I'm looking too bad myself, man.
Come on, man.
Trying to blend in, mate.
So what are you going to hit the beach with tonight, Phil?
Oh,
What you got? Sand eel, squid,
got a bit of lug, and of course I got a bit of secret bait, as you well know what that is.
stinky?
Instead of stinky pinky.
Stinky pinky. So there, we were just talking about stinky pink squid, weren't we, when we were doing our little intro. So yeah, me and Phil fish around various beaches, don't we, through the winter on the bass, and we've had some quite nice ones, haven't we?
We've had one or two.
And you've lost a really nice one, haven't you?
Not a million. Similar conditions to this, to
Yeah,
be fair.
and not a
I
bit-
only thought that as I walked down just a minute ago.
Yeah, and it wasn't a million miles from here either, was it?
No, not very far.
It wasn't on this beach, but it wasn't very far.
Not
So
very
there you
far.
go.
But hey ho, we
So-
can only try.
Come on then,
Still out
mate.
there.
Get your rod set up. Let's get a picture of your bait and all that.
Oh, for God's sake.
Show us your rigs.
Give us the ring.
Yeah, mate. As you know, the videos are going quite well at the moment, and everyone's getting a bit fed up of the mullet. Well, I'm not. No, that's not true. Everybody's loving it.
I'm not, I can't catch one. Hopeful bag, you never know.
Yeah. Phil likes to have the odd bass for the table, don't you, mate?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not when you spent £20 on lugworm.
Simple setup.
All right, what you got there, son?
Running ledger.
Running ledger.
Panel. 2 O's semicircles.
Lovely.
That's all you need.
Yeah, that's the same as me. Ugly rigs, because we're not clipping down or anything, like I've said. You know, we're only lobbing, aren't we? So yeah. Oh. And unlike me, Phil likes to use his multipliers, don't you, mate? You got multis? Ah, there they are.
Just wait a minute.
Yeah, so which one's that?
That's a Fathom.
Oh, give me that. Oh.
Not really needed for tonight.
No, but yeah, nice sexy colour leader as well, mate. That's nighttime leader, isn't it? That's proper.
That's so I can see what I'm doing.
That's proper
Yeah,
bass.
getting blind in my old age.
Oh
It won't affect the fishing, trust me.
no,
Well, I don't tend to catch them anyway.
no, I'm not that.
And of course, we're on the trusty Any Fish Anywhere forum baits.
Oh yes, mate.
Caught many a bass on those.
Can't go wrong with them, and they're quite floppy on the end, aren't they? From a wiggle. There you go. Look. So yeah, they're what are they? They're what? 4 to 5 or 2 to 4 ounce?
4 ounce. That's what they're for.
So they're 4 ounce, look, and just show you the tip. So they're quite really tippy, which is the most important thing in a bass rod. So these are up there, aren't they, as one of the perfect sort of bass rods.
Well, I've had mine for 15 years now. And
15 years. There you go, and you won't use anything else.
No.
So there you go.
the good old trusty malt ones.
Right, so here we are. So this is a man's bait. So this is Phil. Actually, looks like a pair of legs there, doesn't it? Look, looks like it's going to start walking, mate. Maybe I'll just change that one as well. Look. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get serious here, guys. So yeah, he's murdered the worm a bit. He's gutted it.
How about that?
But no, that went out bite. More scent. So that's a nice big double worm bait. Go for it, bite. This is how we roll. Whee! The only complaint I've got, mate, is I had some backsplash. Thank you very much. Some luggage backsplash. As you can see, those waves are building nicely. Yeah, so we're just going to have a bit of fun tonight. We haven't fished together all year, have we really, mate?
No. a long time.
So we always have a laugh, me and Phil, but we're always very serious. And one thing Phil says about me is I'm always looking at my rods and I never look at my phone, and that's why he likes fishing with me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
quiet.
yeah, and
no, that's not true. You're never quiet.
No, but we're in the zone, aren't we? When we're fishing, mate.
When you're fishing, you're fishing.
We're in the zone. We're not on our phones or thinking about tomorrow. We're actually fishing. So, but we're having a bit of fun tonight. No pressure whatsoever. It doesn't matter if we don't catch anything.
Oh, it does.
All right, it does. But yeah, nice. Just a nice bit of information.
I've just spent an hour digging my lug in the rain.
Oh, mate.
Got to make them work now.
Yeah, I'm going to be blagging one later, by the way, if you catch a bass. All right.
Yeah, that's right. The bass will come on the pinky.
Pinky squid. Right, I'm going to get back to my beach shelter, mate. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, keep dry.
Yeah.
Is that why you're calling it ugly?
Yes. So there you go, look, I've just wound in and I've just literally whacked another half an eel on. You can see the other was a bit mangled by the crabs. But, you know, nice ugly fishing. Nice big, you know.
Oh, look at his eye.
Yeah, I know. Nice big hook coming out of there, look. It's getting dark now. Yes, mate. I see you. Yeah, look at the blood. So I'm expecting a dogfish at least.
A speckled
Twat. Baby. Always back your drag off, guys. Don't forget, after you've cast and you've tightened it right up, just back it off, yeah? If you get a big fish, a gilt head or anything like that, that rod's going to go flying, yeah? So you want a nice bit of drag in case you get a nice run. And that's it, man. I reckon 10 minutes of fish on.
time is now.
That's a clock. Come on, I know it. I know the secret, mate. I've already told it. The cat's out of the bag, I'm afraid. So in my intro.
Look at that.
Now that's vintage, isn't it, sir?
Vintage. Oh yeah.
That is vintage calamari,
I
mate.
can guarantee that will be nice and stinky.
Oh, mate.
And it's pink,
Oh, yes.
but it'll catch.
I got razorfish similar to that, which are really stinking. So we'll see what happens, eh?
Nothing wrong with a bit of pinky.
Oh, yeah. Nice bit of movement now, mate.
Beautiful.
Yes. Yep. All we need now is the fish. So just coming in dark now. Just literally stopped filming Phil there and his rod went over, didn't it?
It certainly did.
So we're just waiting for the second bite now. Very often a bass will come in, do an inquiry bite, so he'll have a nice go at it. Not really fully commit, and then it'll come round again and finish the job.
Very small.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, mate. I want to see a bass, come on. I've forgotten what they look like, I've been mulleting all year.
Very similar.
Yeah, very similar. You keep an eye on those rods, wingman.
I've got binocular vision.
You what?
I've got binocular vision.
Oh, have you? Yeah, do Jimmy. Here you go. I got that on film. Can you leave it there for a bit? Oh, there you go. He's on, isn't he? Oh. So yeah, look, Phil's turned up with the correct bait, and he's got a bite first cast. Second cast.
Fresh bait just gone out.
Did you say you dug me out one worm?
Only one.
All right.
Is that hand dug, Phil?
Yeah.
My hand, yeah, literally no force, literally bare hand. Rattled it out and saw him.
All right. So it was still fishing. Look. Let's have a look. Yeah, pretty mangled. So another one going on. And all we do as bass fishermen, well, I to be honest with you, I feel I'd stopped using worm quite a while ago, as you know. But we just keep adding on, you know, there's no point throwing it all away. So
Don't know whether I should let you in my bucket. Just for the record, there's a few split ones in there.
Yeah, all right.
Use those up
Sensible.
normally first, but then the beauties are on the.
Yes. Very nice.
We'll save them for later. They're the ones you've murdered then? Yeah, I've murdered these, yeah. Murdered ones get the bite, so as you just see.
Nice.
Shove them down nice and tight.
Yep. He's got a little panel at the back.
Couple of turns round.
So a nice big ugly worm bait there, look. Beautiful.
Nice and proud.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
So in retaliation to Mr. Mingo's turning up with some cheeky lugworm, I have got some just about dead ragworm that I had from thin lipping. So, over here. So in retaliation to Mr. Mingo, because there's always a competition, you know. So that's going out now, a nice smelly rag bait in close. Yeah, I'll see you in hell, Mr. Mingo. Emperor Ming. Dispatch War Rocket Ajax. Bring back Gordon's body alive. Oh yeah. There we go, look, so first blood to Phil. A little ickleback. Nice little schooly micro bass. Come on, mate. Is the stinky going on?
Not for a minute.
All right. So here we are, look, I've just wound in. I've got sound all over it now, damn. So that's the launch bait, look, so I've just made it a bit sexier, a bit uglier as well, with a nice peeled razor clam there. So that is, that looks nice, doesn't it?
Oh yes.
That's a proper big bass, or a nice Huss bait there, look, with that circle look just at the back. Yes, mate. I can feel it, brother. Yeah, so here we are. As you can see, the conditions are worsening out here, and more often than not on this beach in particular, when the surf kicks up, this is what you get. So obviously we've got the lighter rods out tonight, so we are struggling now. So we might have to wrap this up because the weather's obviously turning quite nasty. You know, we've done our best. We've only been here for a couple of hours really, So, you know, it's still early doors, but, you know, you just can't fish it sometimes, can you, Brett?
No, just get beat up and that's the consequences, isn't it?
You get beat up big. And my rod's already folding over there, so I've only got one rod in now. I don't know how Phil's doing up there. I haven't seen him for a while. I guess he's struggling as well. So, you know, we've given some nice tips there tonight. Loads of information, that's what it's all about. We've had some fun. Yeah. So no doubt we'll be back. So here we are, fishing friends. That's it. We've had enough. We're just getting beaten up, man, and we're not into that sort of thing. We like to have a bit of, you know, nice, comfortable fishing. So yeah, thanks for watching. You've been great, as always. And do me a favour, guys. Please sign in if you haven't already. Sign into your account. Leave a little comment, reply. Just say hi. Just an emoji.
Yeah, just keep the comments coming.
Keep the comments coming, because that's what the bots push up the video or whatever. The more you comment, the more you interact with the actual page. Yeah. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. Leave a comment, leave some love, and we'll see you next time.
Tight lines, guys.
Tight lines.
Well, no sooner Paul Brett leave me, and the pinky squid does the trick. Nice little Huss there. Probably close to £6-7 pound. Great scrap in the surf. Send him back for another day.
Yeah, Brett's just getting his gimp suit on. Let's have a look, mate. Come on. Show us your. Oh yeah. Oh, look, heart in it. Heart in it. Did it. Heart in it. Heart in it. I look, heart in it. Did. There he is, look. Yes.
All ready to go, son.
Ready.